Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you how to not allow people to stop you from moving forward with your spiritual journey. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about spreading positivity and empowering people to live their life to their fullest potential. We are all creators. We are a divine being. We have the capability of creating our own life the way we want it. So let's make it beautiful together. So let's dive in. I wanted to talk about, people always go on with spiritual journey in their own unique way. There are so many classes out there, especially with the internet. You see, you come across so many masters and gurus, and sometimes you have your self-doubt if this is true or if this is something for you. But you test the waters anyway and see what works best for you, and that's the way it should be. You shouldn't just blindly go and follow something, but you should also be open and be receptive to allow positive things to come your way. And sometimes you are chosen. Sometimes it's actually meant to be for you to see a specific video, for you to actually come across someone or some sort of teachings that actually benefits you, and then you actually grow from there. But then not everyone around you is in the same path as you as well. So just because they're your family or your best friends or anyone that you're close with, your loved ones, they actually have their own purpose in their life as well. So I often see a lot of people who learn something from the masters or gurus in a class, and then they actually want to go teach it right away. Sometimes it's okay to pass a little bit of message and tell people like this is how it works, but you can test it for yourself if you want, if you're interested, but you shouldn't force someone to try it. But what happens with other people, like these people that I'm talking about, they actually with good intention, but they want other people to try it just because it works for them, and then they get into a conflict. Once you're getting into a conflict, it's actually negative frequency of vibrations for you, and it's actually bringing your vibrational frequency down, because if you're in a journey, you don't want conflicts. Challenges will come along, and it always will. The negatives, the negative comments and skepticisms, the challenges, everything will come along. Even in your own mind, it doesn't have to be external. Even I can speak from my personal experience when I had some masters and gurus and still have them. But sometimes I'm like, what is it? Because at the end of the day, the way our brain functions, it tries to protect us, right? So there's no bad intention to all of this, but every time the negative voices that comes to us, either through your own internal mind or through external, in your environment, through your family or friends or anyone that you speak with, you actually have to kind of put a energetical block around you, like a shield around you, to kind of stop that coming through to you. Because at the end of the day, you are in your own spiritual pathway, and if you know something is working for you, if you were so the chosen one in this pathway and this is working for you, then you don't want someone else to come and stop you from that or listen into their negative comments regarding that, because that will affect you and affects your frequencies. So what I suggest is, instead of having fights with people or having conflicts with people, instead of doing that, just kind of accept it, look at them with compassion and love, and whatever they're doing what they know is right for them. They don't have to necessarily agree, so agree to disagree, right? So you don't have to necessarily make them follow your pathway, but at the same time you want to make sure they're not affecting your pathway as well. I know some people, even in their own families, they are not able to practice certain things, certain spiritual practices, because the family members don't believe in it, and they actually take it in a very wrongful way. So they actually have to hide it. But as much as it's bad to hide things, if it actually is better for you to avoid the conflict, and when it gets to spiritual practices, certain things, it's nice to talk it out and tell them, listen, this is my path, this is how I'm going to do it, as long as it's not affecting our relationship, it's all right. But certain things, I know some young people in our group or tribe, as you can call it, they had issues with their parents really totally not, accepting it at all. And so they were scared about it. But instead of being scared about it, you can just still do a little bit of adjustment to your practices, and then do it during times when it's not interfering with other people. So wake up earlier if you have to do some yoga, and do some meditations if you need to do it quietly, but it will still benefit you, right? And then do things when when you're alone at home or in your own room. Do it, because I have seen people who do that, and as much as from the outside you feel like, why do you need to hide this, or why do you need to do it so privately? It's your own journey, so do what's right for you in your own way. So instead of allowing things to stop you from going forward, or like really getting into a conflict where you need to move out, you can do that if you need to move out. But at the end of the day, we're all here, we're all divine being and a being of love. So look at things from love and compassion, and just send some blessings and love to the people that you're having conflict with, and still continue your path. You can't there's a proverb that people say, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. So it's like you can't just keep talking and arguing about something to make someone come to see your point of view. But at the end of the day, you can still continue on and live your life to what you believe in. You don't need to make the other person support you in that way. So sometimes the journey can feel lonely because you're the only one doing it in your circle. But that's why it's nice when you join a group of other people who believe in the same things that you believe in, because then you feel like you have someone that you can talk to, who you can relate to. But certain topics you can talk to certain people, but not the other, because then they might think you need some sort of help. but at the same time, we are all divine being living together collectively. We are one. So if you can see that and the other person can't see it, then it's okay. You don't need to argue about it or fight about it, but accept it, allow it, and just move on. But continue moving on. Don't allow anything to make you feel stuck in your journey, because you have been chosen to continue your spiritual path, and it's important to continue that path, to elevate yourself, elevate your spiritual vibrations, elevate your life, because when you do that, you experience life to the next level. And when you're saying, even when I talk to some of my family members, when I talk about spiritual, they get worried that I'm gonna just like kind of go into the mountains and hide myself there. But it doesn't work that way. You actually start manifesting even materially in this like physical world, because we are human beings and we have this physical environment for us. So why not, right? So manifest whatever you want. It could be money, it could be a house, it could be a car, it could be a job, it could be work, it could be relationships, whatever you want. Just manifest whatever you want. But the more you practice your spiritual journey, the more you go on to that journey, it's actually very interconnected to the physical world. So you'll actually manifest more when you practice more of this. So I just wanted to kind of end with this by saying that Master Sri Akarshana always says the students don't choose the teacher. It's when the students are ready, the teacher will find the student. Okay, so the masters are always there. The master is always there, but only when you are ready, you'll find this teacher. The teacher will find you, and you can actually collectively grow together. It's very important. I feel like it's very important to have a master or guru in this, like, even if they're not in their body, just learning about their experiences, learning about their teachings, actually very helpful to develop yourself, both mentally, physically, emotionally, and energetically, like spiritually. So it's very important to have a master. So if you want, you can start looking for one. But more than looking for one, it's actually important to start developing yourself, going into a spiritual pathway where you prepare your vessel, where you do more yoga and meditations. And when you prepare yourself, things will start aligning, and you will find that person that you would be the chosen one, and you would find it. So you don't need to actually look for it. Stop wasting your energy in looking for something when you can actually prepare yourself, and things will come to you. Universe knows when to give you something, and when you are ready, when your vessel's ready, you will get it. So just make sure you keep practicing, be persistent in your practice, continuously do whatever spiritual practices you have. You can increase it, decrease it based on your time of the day or time of the week, but continuously do it. Don't stop yourself from doing it just because somebody in your environment is making you feel stuck, or even yourself. Sometimes we ourselves make ourselves feel stuck because we have the skeptical mind, and it's so natural to have this challenging thought form in ourselves. Like, so don't even think why it's happening, because even down the road, when you're spiritually becoming a better person, becoming more powerful, you will still get these skepticism, because naturally our brain is functioned that way. You'll still get the skepticism, but continue your journey, keep continuing your journey. I wish you all the best. I hope you liked this video. If you liked anything about it, please click the like button, share this video with others. And if you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and the notification button, because I'm very much determined to creating weekly videos for you. We are all divine beings, and I want to empower everyone to live their life to their fullest potential. Let's make it beautiful together. Until then, namaste.